breaking news.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Katie Moore. We do begin with breaking news at this hour. All lanes of I-10 and I-55 are now clear. They are expected to reopen at 3 o'clock this afternoon. The DOTD says some of the on and off ramps are still icy, but crews are working to clear them right now. They say sections of the interstates will open at a time as crews take time to move the barricades. And they're warning drivers that there will be still some snow piled up on the side of the road. Winston Reed will have more on that in just a few moments. But we want to get a first check of current conditions out there with Leah McNeil, who's standing by with that. Leah?
Well, Katie, we got a whole lot to get to, so let's dive right in. The Pontchartrain Causeway is open right now. Northbound lane is one lane. The southbound side is fully reopened. Drive time's not doing too bad this morning compared to how they normally are. We're still dealing with those concerns, though, that closure at 55 and, of course, the twin span over in I-10. But as you mentioned, they are on track to reopen at 3 o'clock. Till then, 51 and Highway 11 is really going to be your best bet. We've seen a whole lot of congestion on Highway 11, though things have been improving. Now at a 31-minute drive from Slidell down to New Orleans East. If you don't want to deal with that, you can, as always, take US 90. It's open at LA 433 to US 11. That'll take you right to Chef Highway and, of course, on your way further down in that direction. The Green Bridge is open for those of you in St. Bernard Parish, and also still dealing with some closures, though, at 510, so just be aware of that. As you mentioned, we are seeing some significant improvements. Here's a live look at I-10 at Chef Highway. Just over that hump is the Morrison curve. We know that's a pretty slick spot as on a regular day, so now that it's all clear, hopefully we can get folks moving and about. If in the meantime, though, the Danziger Bridge is open, and so is the Senator Ted Hickey Bridge as well. Claiborne Avenue Bridge and the St. Claude Bridge is open for you if you are trying to come from the lower 9th Ward or St. Bernard Parish. Now, the Crescent City connection has been a major headache for so many people. Some folks have been stuck on that bridge for an hour because it's partially open with one lane going in both directions. Other bridges on the West Bank, though, are open. Lapalco, Woodland, 4th Street, and the Huey P. Long, which has since fully reopened this morning with no issues going in both directions at this time right now at noon. We also have some good news for 310 right now. The Luling Bridge is open in both directions. Folks on the northbound side can go ahead and get on at River Road now with no issues to report there. Also seeing some other roads opening across St. Charles Parish. So things are moving along, looking pretty well. If you're trying to get on 90 going from Luling to Wagaman or Desalmans to Gray, you're looking good because that section of the road has also just reopened. Still got those closures, though, dealing with that ice and things on that nature of the Bonnie Carey Spillway. Hopefully that will reopen soon. I did check those cameras and it's looking pretty clear. Still got that congestion, though, on Airline Highway, which has been the major artery for so many folks that has been constantly open, though. Still dealing with a 40-minute drive. You're going to be coming from LaPlace to Kenner. Also still dealing with an accident on Airline Highway. This is going to be on the eastbound side at Monroe. So give yourself some extra time as we all anxiously await for those highways to reopen.
Yeah, that is a lot. Quite a mess still. Thanks so much, Leah. One big milestone, as she just mentioned, the Causeway Bridge reopened. And that's where we find Winston Reed live this morning. Winston just spoke with some DOTD crews. So how's it looking and what did those crews have to say?
Well, if you look behind me, you see that traffic is starting to pick up on the Causeway Bridge, and that's because crews over on the Causeway Bridge were ahead of schedule this morning. The Causeway Commission anticipated that the bridge would open at 9. However, it actually opened at 8 o'clock this morning, an hour early. Now, it's a bit of a soft opening because the left lane heading northbound is the only lane open that heading that direction is 45 miles per hour. But both lanes are open heading southbound on the Causeway Bridge. We are expecting all lanes to open on the Causeway Bridge by the end of the day. Now, we wait for some of the major highways to reopen as well. I'm told DOTD is making a major push to get all the roadways open by late this afternoon. Crews are getting the last bits of ice and snow off of those roads and on-ramps. I'm told the twin spans are in good condition, but some patches of ice are still burdening parts of I-10.
We're getting confirmation that the twin spans are in pretty good shape as far as reopening. The issue is that the interstate that's to the west of that still has snow and ice on it. So even if we were to open that, we would not be, people would not be able to go very far, and it would require a detour to put people onto US 11. So, and that is a 2-lane road in that section. So it's a question of putting a whole interstate worth of traffic onto a 2-lane road, which would cause major issues.
And as you heard Leah say, the spillway is closed as well, but definitely a push by DOTD to get all of these roadways open by late this afternoon. Stay tuned on air and online for the latest on the openings and reopenings of major roadways here in our area. Reporting live at the Causeway Bridge on the South Shore, Winston Reed, WWL, Louisiana.
Yeah, getting to and from Slidell apparently has been a big headache this morning. Thanks so much, Winston. You can now get bank to bank in New Orleans. That does not mean it's going to be an easy trip there either. Both lanes of the Huey P. Long Bridge are open. Traffic seems to be moving better there, but as of noon, only one lane of the Crescent City connection is open in each direction. And Paul Murphy just crossed the river, joins us now to talk about it. So Paul, how was your journey? Did it take a long time?
Well, I can tell you firsthand that the traffic on the Crescent City Connection Bridge and the traffic leading up to getting on the bridge, quite frankly, a mess. And if you don't have to cross the river for now, don't even try, at least until late this afternoon. And here's the problem. Take a look. Here on the West Bank, the only ramp to the bridge that is now open is the one at General de Gaulle. The Upper West Bank Expressway remains closed at this hour as well. That means the Low Road, Terry Parkway, and other roadways that meet up with the General de Gaulle ramp are gridlocked. And we are hearing horror stories of it taking 2+ hours just to get to the bridge from the West Bank side. The East Bank side is also a marathon. All of the on-ramps to the CCC remain closed except for the one at Tchoupitoulas near the convention center. It took me more than an hour to cross the bridge to get to this live shot from our station in the French Quarter. The good news from what I saw, crews did a great job clearing the snow and ice from the bridge, and the water left behind on the road surface from the snow is evaporating quickly in the heat of the day. We spoke with one woman who regretted even trying to traverse the river.
I feel as though the traffic is horrible, and I feel as though the state and city officials should have closed down for one more day just so they can clear the interstate and roads completely or majority so that everyone is just able to get to work on time, because I'm quite sure that everyone that's in the lines right now is late for work.
And we are back live. You are looking at the Lower West Bank Expressway here in Gretna. It is gridlock. A lot of beeping of the horns, as you can hear right there on cue. A lot of folks that have been sitting in line, sitting in their cars for quite a while trying to even get on the bridge. So again, if you're going to even try to cross the Crescent City Connection, please pack your patience. And again, only one lane of traffic in both directions are open. Here on the Crescent City Connection, we are hearing that it could be 3 o'clock or later before all of those lanes reopen on the Crescent City Connection. And that's the scene here in Gretna. Paul Murphy, WWL, Louisiana.